Here's the keys to becoming more aggressive and more confident. Basically, it comes down to skill. You want to be very, very, very skilled in the common positions. We've really diagnosed about 75, well, it's exactly 75 wrestling techniques that pretty much are all you need in order to be a college All-American. But someone might have a different opinion, you could say. So, but it's worked for us for 2 decades. But our kids are confident and they are aggressive. Now think about this. You can't be aggressive on a balance beam unless you're skilled on the balance beam. Now, level 2 gymnasts may not be aggressive doing a level 8 gymnastics routine on a balance beam, but she could be with a level 2 gymnastics routine. So becoming more aggressive and confident, they go hand in hand. If I'm a JV wrestler and I have a second year, I have 2 years of experience, I'm not going to be confident at the Super 32s coming up in October when I'm wrestling a 3-time Pennsylvania state champ, but I'd be confident in the JV tournament and a lot of varsity tournaments. So I just have to get better. So confidence, lack of confidence, and lack of aggressiveness, you can be aggressive and confident on the balance beam if you're skilled there. Wrestling's the same way. The confidence and aggressiveness comes from getting better and through skills. So that's the number one thing you can do. If your kids or athletes or son or daughter in the sport of wrestling are not confident, you need to get them drilling relentlessly on a plan that covers all the main techniques that they need to know that they're going to be using day in and day out. You go to maybe a camp or some YouTube video and you're learning a counter to a counter to a counter to a Russian 2-on-1 or something. That's off the foundation. Our whole program is built on foundation wrestling, right? That's our DVD series. Foundation wrestling. You have to have the foundation. If 90% of my points come from 10% of the wrestling, I need to get thousands of reps from there. Within 2 months in our programs, our kids' confidence starts to soar because they're relaxed. Think about this too. You may not be confident on your first day of work, but after you've been on the job for a while, you're very confident, you're relaxed, you're not stressed out anymore because you're comfortable, because there's no surprises going to be thrown at you. The kids, they're nervous, they're not confident before they take the spelling test. But if you study, then you're confident because they say, I know all the words, I'm not even worried about it. So a lot of times nerves come into play too. Confidence, lack of confidence, and nervousness, there's sort of a nice relationship there. The less confident you are, the more nervous, right? So if your kids struggle with the anxieties of wrestling, the best thing you can do to solve all of these problems, whether it's lack of confidence or lack of aggressiveness, is to get very, very, very skilled technically on the wrestling mat, and that will solve all your issues. The perfect example is, like I said, a balance beam, because it's kind of scary, right, to be up there. You and I would be scared. We would have no confidence. We couldn't even be aggressive up there. Sure, you might be able to do a cartwheel, but you're not going to do an aggressive routine up there. But the girl who is skilled up there could. In a batting cage, I can be confident at the plate. If I have spent a couple $100 in a batting cage, I could be confident. If I'm a high school kid, I'll be very confident trying to hit a middle school age pitcher, right? But I have to hit a high school pitcher. Now I start going to the games where, maybe there's an upcoming tournament and the pitcher I'm going to face is world class. Well, now I might be the most confident batter in my state, but when I'm at the big national tournament that weekend and I'm facing one of the top pitchers in high school baseball, my confidence will be less. So you're never going to arrive and say, I'm confident in wrestling for the rest of my life. It doesn't work that way. There's always a building and starting over process because we're always trying to tap into those top few guys in the nation in the sport of wrestling. So our goal through our program is to get top 5 in the nation, top 5% in the nation very quickly, right? Top 5 or 10%. It shouldn't take very long, maybe a year from a technique standpoint. Then now we're competing with the top 5% of the kids in America. And then, so our kids might be very confident all over the state of Missouri and Illinois, but when they get to the state finals or semis, they have nationally ranked opponents. They're going to be a little bit more nervous. They're going to be a little bit less aggressive, and this is all normal, right? Just as a baseball player who's trying to hit off of one of the best guys in America. So don't ever think that you're going to arrive at confidence because we're always going to be trying to tap into those better kids. And that's okay. And that comes down to not being scared. Being nervous, a little bit apprehensive, a little bit not confident. That doesn't mean the wheels are falling off of this thing, right? I might be confident that I know I can probably get an A on the spelling test, but I know I may not be able to get 100%, and I'm okay with that. Same way with wrestling. Same way with baseball, right? So don't look for a solution because once you become the high school star and then you go into college, you have to start all over again, right? Now I may not be confident or aggressive against half of my opponents, but by year 2 and year 3, now I'm ranked top 10 in the nation. I can relax a little bit because I'm now a high level top 15 in the nation ranked college wrestler. Then I get top 10, then I'm ranked top 5, right? And so we're leaving kids behind, and it's always just a process where there usually is some the higher I go up the ladder of success, there's always going to be a little bit of apprehensive, but it will never be like it was when you first started. So get your kids skilled, get them drilled, and you're going to see they're going to relax. You're going to relax as a coach or a parent. They're going to be very aggressive. They're going to be very confident. And the sport of wrestling gets very, very easy. Like I tell my athletes, there's nothing more powerful than saying, I can go into any tournament, national tournament in America, and I know that I can go a 2-point match with everybody in this gym. That's relaxing, right? We want to get to that point quickly. So there's some good advice. Hopefully you can follow it. Check us out at purlerwrestling.com. Appreciate you checking out our advice videos.